Good morning. Hello.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good day to everyone. We are now, the time is here in Philippines is 1:02 p.m. And we would like to welcome you all in this webinar on the topic effective implementation of curricula and extracurricular activities. Now, for today's topic,
Yes, hello.
yes,
Registration ID and password, please. Webinar registration and password, please.
you mean the attendance, sir?
Yes.
Hold, okay. Per our email reminder, attendance will be attendance link will be flashed at the
Yes,
end.
attendance registration number. Attendance, please.
Attendance link will be flashed on your screen at the end of the webinar. Okay.
Attendance, please. Attendance.
Okay, for today's program management, our supervisor for today's webinar is our Director General, Dr. Ramhari Lamichane, and our speakers for today's event, our faculty consultant, Engineer Gani Rajput, and our speaker from Malaysia, from Polytechnic Sultan Haj Ahmad Shah, Mr. Muhammad Asman bin Muhammad Alwi, and our facilitator for today, Engineer Sanyog Bataray, Faculty Specialist of CPSC. And to proceed with our first topic or first lecture for today webinar, may I invite Engineer Abdul Ghani Rajput to present the first virtual live session lecture. Engineer Ghani, please.
Thank you, Varel. Thank you very much. Good afternoon and good morning. Maybe some of the places good morning and good day to all of you. Dear distinguished participants, today CPSC is organizing another webinar on effective implementation of extracurricular and co-curricular activities. The idea behind is that we have organized number of webinars on technical aspects of the TVET. This time we have decided to organize some other topic that will help to build the problem solving skills of the students, critical thinking skills, as well as physical activities. So we have decided to organize this webinar on extracurricular and co-curricular activities. This webinar will help you to understand the concept of the co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities, as well as we have our special guest speaker from Malaysia, Polisas. He is going to share best practices they are adopting in their institutions. So once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. And now I'm going to share my presentation. Well, my presentation is visible.
Yes.
All right, dear distinguished participants, as I earlier mentioned that today we are focusing towards the extracurricular and co-curricular activities, and my topic for today's session is importance of co-curricular and curricular activities in training program. So before I'm going to start, I want to share you one quote that is quoted by Albert Einstein. That's once you stop learning, you start dying. That's the quote mentioned by Albert Einstein almost a century ago, which means that he was realized that if you do not continuous learning yourself, learn new things, you will never survive in your professional life, in your organizations. So it's very important for all of us that we have to learn number of things, number of new topics that will enhance our capacity and capability to support our students and to support our organizations. So that's why, that's extracurricular, co-curricular activities also important for our program, because these are somehow linked with your curriculum and some are linked without with not your curriculum. So it's very important for us. We have to understand the concept of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So following are the points to be addressed in today's my session. I will discuss the concept of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities, followed by scope of extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities. Then co-curricular activities have number of values. I will discuss in details these values. Then role of co-curricular and extracurricular activities in student lives. In addition to this, I'll talk about role of teachers in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Then I will share to you benefits of co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And then we will share you the different types of the activities, conclusion and question answer. So these are the points I'll address in my session. And these are the following learning outcomes for today's presentation. Number one is to define the concept of extracurricular and co-curricular activities. So we will share with you the concept and the definition of these two elements. Then discuss the different types of extracurricular and co-curricular activities. And we will explain the need and importance of extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities. And finally, we will share the principles for organizing the extracurricular and co-curricular activities. So those principles are very important for you, that will help to organize effectively co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Okay. Further to share is that this is a news from one of the newspaper from our member state. In that newspaper, it shows that still students are lacking problem solving skills and thinking skills and decision making skills. The Ministry of Education, they conducted the test and found that only 5.7% students, they are aware about the problem solving and decision making skills and thinking skills, which means that out of 100%, only 5.7%. It means we have huge number to address, to facilitate, to support our students to build their problem solving, decision making, physical skills. So one of the way in order to enhance these kind of skill is through the extracurricular co-curricular activities. That's the one of the way. The other ways, we definitely have number of initiative, number of programs in our curriculum, but another way is to organize extracurricular co-curricular activities in your institution in order to enhance the problem solving and decision making skills of the students. So we have to work on it, and we have to because students are normally thinking that the co-curricular extracurricular activities out of the class, out of the time of the class, but that's not the case, because they are linked with your curriculum, with your programs, training programs. That's why it is very important for us. We have to address these things, and we have to build. And these skills basically directly linking your 21st century skills. And that's the requirement of any occupation, any job in the market. So that's why it is very important. We have to focus on it. The second problem is that the second challenge is that teachers need to be creative. That's another challenge. That's another news published in one of the newspaper. So by organizing extracurricular activities and co-curricular, definitely teacher have to think and identify the innovative practices to be shared with the help of the co-curricular activities with the students. So that's another way to make our teacher more creative and more innovative. So with the help of these activities, we can build the capacity, and we can enhance the competencies of our teacher towards the innovation, towards the creativity. So that's another problem we will overcome with the help of the extracurricular co-curricular activities. So that's the little bit background how these activities will support in our system. Now, the concept of the co-curricular activities, I hope you all know that sometimes some of the participants, some of the stakeholder, they confuse these two terminologies, because they think both are same, both are linked with the curriculum, but that's not the case. So that's why we have decided to clarify the concept of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So the co-curricular activities refers to activities, programs, and learning experiences that complement in some way what students are learning in Tibet institutes. That is, experiences that are connected to a mirror to the training curriculum, which means that these are the activities and these are the learning experience that are linked with your curriculum, that are mirror to your curriculum program. So that's, we have to understand, co-curricular activities are basically linked with your curriculum, the curriculum which you are offering in your class, which you are offering in your training programs. So that's the understanding of the co-curricular activity. And the extracurricular activity, that's extra, basically, if you see the word extra, if you broke it down, the extracurricular activity word into two words. Number one is the extra, second is the curricula. So extra means outside, all right? So extra, you have to understand outside, and curricula refers to all the work you do in the classroom. So that's these activities outside the classroom, all right? They are not linking with your curriculum. Okay, these activities build the number of competencies of the students, like the physical activities. We will share you the example later on in this session. So I hope you got the idea. The basic difference is that the co-curricular activities are linked with your curriculum, and the extracurricular activities are not linked with your curriculum. These are basically outside the classroom. So now, why these activities are important, we have to understand, and the importance of these activities. The number one is that this gives them confidence, which means that confident to the students. Student feel very comfortable. Student will make himself very much confident in front of any of the audience are sitting over there. That's the number one objective, importance of these activities. Student can learn team spirits, which means that students are able to get the teamwork knowledge, and teamwork, nowadays it's one of the competencies in any of the job. So students, with the help of these activities, students can learn team spirit. Bring a positive change means the attitude of the students towards positivity. That's very important. And you know that we are focusing competency program. In the competency, we have three competencies. Okay, number one is skills, knowledge, attitude. So we have to build the attitude. That is the responsibility of the TVET educator, TVET professionals. So with the help of the co-curricular, extracurricular activities, we can build the positive attitudes of our students. To develop the all-around personality of the students, it will it means that there are number of personality aspects we can develop with the help of these activities. Co-curricular activities are to keep the students physically active. Okay. Definitely, students are feeling very much happy when they are participating in extracurricular and co-curricular activities, and with the help of these activities, their physical fitness is enhanced, and they keep themselves very fit. After that, what is the scope of the co-curricular activities? That's we have to understand that the scope of the co-curricular activities is widely due to the nearly unacceptable list of the interests, because you know that in these kind of activities we are addressing number of areas which are linked to your curriculum. So that's the scope is very wide. All right. For example, one of the example I noticed in Malaysia, that the students they are organizing a number of program to support the local community by fixing some kind of electrical problem, some kind of plumbing issue, these issues. So it's totally depends. So it's a very wide. It has a very wide scope. Co-curricular activities are a great source of developing students' interest in the studies, classroom, and school routine. So that's another scope, is that you are motivating students towards the studies. They feel very comfortable. They enjoy their interest built towards the study, towards attending the classroom, and towards the routine of the schools. It nurtures students' ability in cooperation, coordination, organization, leads towards leadership. So another scope is that it's enhanced the ability of the student towards how to coordinate with your colleagues, with your team member, how to cooperate with the team member. So that supports the building of the leadership skills of these students. And these activities prepare a student for future challenges. So that's the scope of the co-curricular activities. So these are the co-curricular activities has number of values, so which bring positive values in their I can say in their life. All right, and these values you can see educational value, physical psychological value, development of social value, development of civic value, physical development value, recreational value. You see, so these are the value that you bring in the student lives with the help of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities. That's why it is very important for us. We have to organize very planned and systematic way these activities in our institutions in order to bring the culture virtue in their lives. So these value we have to understand, and these values are reflecting in extracurricular activities. I'll share you the example activities that will enhance, that will support to achieve these value, educational value. Like students will feel very comfortable and enjoy the education, and understand the importance of the education. That's very important. Like the physical development, mental and physical development value bring with the help of the activities. So that's why these activities have to be organized in our institution and organization. Now the role of the extracurricular co-curricular activities in student lives is I mentioned that we have to clarify the role of teacher and students, because both are participating in these activities. So first I'm going to discuss the role of the students in the role of the students in these activities. So it enhances the inner confidence of the students. That's very important, inner, because if the inner confidence will increase, definitely the ability, the competency of the student automatically increase. Second is to make the student fit for the future times. That's very important. I earlier mentioned that we have to overcome the problem solving and these challenges which I discussed in my first two slides. So we are by helping by introducing, by organizing these activities, we are trying to make the student fit for the future perspective for the future times. It enhances the social interaction, healthy recreation, self-discipline. So that's, with the help of these activities, the interaction with the social is enhanced. For the example I mentioned, the in number of Tibet institution, they are organizing community support program with the help of the students. So when students a visit to the community, definitely they have to talk, and they are contributing towards the betterment of the society with the help of these social interaction activity. So that's very important. That's bring the positive change in the student life. Healthy recreation, fit, and the self-discipline. Next is the co-curricular activities are the true and practical experiences received by the students. That's we have to understand that we always try to focus towards the practical approaches. Okay, for example, if you want to organize the study visit in one of the industry, all right, so that will bring the practical experience in the student lives. Student watch the floor of the industry and they feel, oh, that's the real work environment over there. So that's helped by the co-curricular activities. Physical activities like running, football, extra help not only in the physical fitness, they also refresh the burdened minds. Sometimes students are too much busy in their project work, in their assignments. So in order to relax their mind, we have to organize physical activities, and that will help to feel fit and to feel relaxed. And these activities definitely link with your extracurricular activities. Now, the role of teacher in organizing the activities. Number one is teacher must be a good planner. Before you are organizing any of the activities, you have to plan it. In the planning, you have to identify the concept. In the concept, you have to identify the purpose. What purpose you are going to organize the co-curricular extracurricular activities? What are the objectives you will achieve? How the outcome of the activity will build, which skills will build the students. So that's very important, that teacher must be a good planner. A teacher should know that activity in detail. That's very important. That's the first role of the teacher. The second role is that teachers should act as an innovator, because I mentioned that teacher to be creative. So if teacher do not have the innovative skills, that means he or she has to work towards enhance the innovative skills. So when you're organizing these activities, you have to think totally different. All right. For example, uh, you want to organize industry exposure visit during the pandemic time. Maybe it is not possible to physically visit with the industry. Why not? You have to use the technology. With the help of the technology, you can organize the study visit. So that's you have to think what technology you are going to use. So that's bring the innovation. So that's why teachers should act as an innovator. The third is that the teachers should give more and more opportunity to students while performing extracurricular and co-curricular activities, which means that teacher just facilitate them and just guide them, and student has to perform majority of the activities which they are performing, which they are doing. So that's the role of the teacher. Now I'm going to share you the benefits of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities. There are a number of benefits are there. I'm just sharing a few of them, and then I'll share you one video. In the video, there are lots of benefits of these activities. Okay. So the number one is that student can learn new things. Yes, definitely. When you are organizing, I can say the exhibition, the technical skills exhibition, definitely a student watch number of things done by different students. So student will learn new things over there. So that's the benefit for students. Second is that betterment of the communication skills. Definitely, when students participating in these activities, he has or she has to talk with other colleague, with team member, with these steps, with this spirit, his or her communication will skills will enhance. It helps to develop the spirit of healthy competition. That's because you are trying to build the competitiveness in the students. So that's with the help of these activities we are trying to develop the competitiveness in the students life. Next is the games and sports helps to be fit and energetic to the students, and it enables the students to express themselves freely through different ideas. So that's which means that it brings the confidence. That's the benefits for the students. Now I'm going to share one video. In the video you will see the number of more benefits of co-curricular activities.
Channel, then please hit the subscribe button, and for more such interesting videos related to education, keep following us. Now let's get started. So what are co-curricular activities? Those activities which we pursued in our school or college time as an addition to our normal courses are co-curricular activities. Now usually students consider co-curricular activities as a break from academics, but it is not just a break. Co-curricular activities are actually much more than just a break. Firstly, it helps students with overall development, personality development, which curriculum actually alone cannot help. The second very important benefit through co-curricular activities are it helps students to boost their confidence level and self-esteem. Students participating in activities and making small or big achievements helps them to boost their self-esteem. The third important benefit through co-curricular activities is it helps the students to explore their strengths, hidden talents, and also help them develop some new skills. The next very important benefit is the co-curricular activities provide an opportunity to students to socialize and also to learn how to work in a team or group. The next benefit is it helps students to achieve discipline in life. When the students channelize their energy in right direction and keep following the rules, norms, this brings in discipline as an important factor in students' life. The next benefit is co-curricular activities help students understand the healthy competition aspect. Participating in competition, winning and losing in games or competition are just a part of your journey. Students should take it positively and lightly. The next benefit are the list of skills that students can learn through co-curricular activities. Firstly, creative thinking. Second, logical thinking. Third, problem solving skill. Fourth, leadership skill. Fifth, communication skills. Sixth, moral values and social values. Seventh, strategic planning. And lastly, organizational skills. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button.
So I hope you got the idea that why these activities are important, because these activities is directly building the number of skills, number of new skills. That is the requirement of the current job. Like just mentioned that the problem solving skills, decision making skills, team spirit, communication skills, leadership skills, strategic skills. If you see, these all are the 21st century skills. If you want to build these skills of your student, definitely you have to organize number of extracurricular co-curricular activities program in your institutions, and that's very important. And the we will share you in the next speaker will share the number of practices they adopted in their institutions. So I hope you like the video. Now moving towards the principles for the organization of the different activities. So that's this principle will help you to effectively organize these activities in your TVET institution, in your organization. So number one principle is that TVET institute should have only those activities for which there are possibilities of making them success. First, you have to check that do you have capacity to organize the activity, the relevant activity. Do you have the resources to organize the relevant activity? If you do not have, don't go for that activity. So the first principle is that please organize that activities which you have, which you know that we can possibly easily organize it and get the success. So that's the one principle. Second principle is that as far as possible, a wide variety of activities may be organized. Okay, you can organize number of activities that can directly link with your curriculum. Okay, and you have to make sure that these activities you can easily organize, and you have resources and financial resources as well. Too many activities should not introduce at a time. Sometimes we have noticed that institution organize number of activities, co-curricular, extracurricular activities in a week time. So that's not a good case. You have to organize activities with a different time of response. Maybe in the first month of the training program, you can have one activity. In the second month, third month, fourth month, sixth month, then you can organize number of activities. If you want to organize too many activities in a week time, it is not a good idea. It will not give more skills to the students. The next principle is that the activity should organize within defined time period. Okay, time period which I mentioned earlier, that which means that during the school timing, during the institution timing, you have to organize the activity. Activities should organize under the supervision of teachers who are experts and are really interested. So that's, and I mentioned that if you want to organize the activity, you have a capacity, and one of the capacity is that one of your teacher know about the activity and he has experience, he knows how to organize the activity. That will enhance some of the skills, some of the competencies of the students. Next principle is that as far as possible, activities should be less expensive and feasible. That's the very important, because in TVET institution, we do not have number of resources, number of funds, financial resources. Try to organize these kind of activities which require less financial resources. Maybe you can have a linkages collaboration with the local industry and ask them to support them. There's a possibility, and we will share you in our next speaker will share you the number of example on it. So that's also possible. It depends on the leadership quality of the principal, how principal will get the financial resources from the industry, from the collaborating organization. Another principle is that every student should be given equal opportunity. Try to involve all of the students and provide them equal opportunity to participate in the activities. And the last one is that in each activity, the role of teacher should be that of a facilitator, which means that teacher just guide the teams, just guide the students, and teachers act as a facilitator, and with students do themselves all the activities, they perform themselves with these students, they can build their competency skills on different 21st century skills. So these are the principles you have to adopt when you are going to organize, when you want to effectively organize these extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Now moving towards the types of the activities, what are the different activities you can organize? So these are the number of activities, and these are possible to organize. You have to check which activities are relevant for you, and which activity you can organize easily. Not much financial resources required. You have a teacher who knows everything. So these are the activities you can organize. So number one is the academic development activities. Okay, academic development activities is very easy. In which activities you can ask a student to conduct survey, to work on the magazines, to publish magazine, to have a essay writing. So these are the examples. The next is the aesthetic development activities. So in the aesthetic development activities, the examples are you have a music class. Okay, in the music class, student can participate. You can organize exhibitions. Maybe some kind of a skill exhibition, maybe some kind of fairs and the painting competition. So these are the examples. Next is that cultural development activities. The cultural development activities, like I mentioned, like the social community activities, like social services. You organize outreach program with the communities. That's an example. Maybe you have student council in your institutions. That's another example. So that's the cultural development activities. Next is the emotional development activities, and these activities examples are, you can organize camps in different location. You have to select number of students and ask them, okay, we are going for a specific place. We have a camp over there. We can stay overnight over there. So That's the one way. Another is this: you can organize speeches, debates. You can celebrate National Day. You can celebrate International Day. So that will help to towards the emotional development activities. Then is the leisure utilization activities. In the leisure utilization activities, you can organize educational tour. You can ask photography. Competition. Student can arrange. They can go and capture the picture. So that's support towards the leisure utilization activities. Literacy development activities are the debates, book reading, story writing. Moral development activities examples are drama, celebration of birthday, etc. Physical development activities are athletics, swimming, cycling, games, football, and so on. So these are the example of the physical development activities. Then productive activities like the bookbinding, clay work, leather work. The next is the social development activities, in which you have a scouting, institute cleanliness activities you can organize with the help of the students. Then scientific development activities, you can organize science fair, science exhibition, science club, science quiz. So these are the example of these scientific development activities. Then spiritual development activities, yoga, meditation, visit of mosque, visit of church. That's these are the example of the activities. Then multi-purpose activities and projects, tree plantation, prize distribution, undertaking various projects. So you see, there are hundreds of activities are there, and these activities you have to choose, and these activities build a specific skills to the student competencies, student capacity. So you have to select, you have to identify it, and you have to check the availability of the resources. You have to check the availability of the teacher who knows everything about the activity, and then you can ask the students, and you have to plan, you have to develop the concept, then you have to implement it. After the implementation, you have to check what was missing, do the evaluation, then finally you have to, next time when you are going to arrange it once again, that will be an enhanced version. So these are the activities. I hope these activity will help you to organize and will help you to understand different different types, and that can help you to easily help you to organize this activity in your organization. So that's it. So the conclusion from my side is that our institute without only co-curricular and extracurricular activity would be as illogical as an institute without them. Which means that if you do not have an institute, which means that you not had nothing. In other words, an ideal balance has to be struck between the co-curricular and the curriculum program. Means you have to be balanced. The curriculum which you are offering in the class and the co-curricular activities. Means you have to organize these activities. With the help of these activities, you can easily build the 21st century skills of the students as well as of your staff, and you can enhance the competitiveness of your institutions. Thank you very much. Now floor is open. If you have any question, any concern, you may ask, right? Or maybe you can type the question.
Okay, the floor is open for to address your question. Okay, please use the raise hand button or reactions. Anyone? Okay.
Dear distinguished participants.
I think they are still composing their questions.
All right, no problem.
Maybe we can proceed to our next speaker.
Okay, yes, sure.
Okay. Our next speaker for today. Please join me welcoming our second speaker. He is an English language lecturer in Polytechnic Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah, who has received his education in BA with honors, English language teaching with specific reference to English for specific purposes from University of Birmingham. He became PolySAS Sports and Extracurricular Officer from 2000 to 2009, and from the year 2014 until 2016. He is elected as the Deputy Director of General Studies Unit Curriculum Division, Department of Polytechnic and Community College Education. His involvement in polytechnic sports and extracurricular activities is quite extensive. He was part of the team that set up the extracurricular activities in Polytechnic back in the year 1998 until 2009. He was the sport and extracurricular officer in PolySAS and has developed plenty of extracurricular syllabus. He also became the manager of Pahang archery team of Sukma of Malaysian sports in the year 2014 and Polytechnic Sport Council archery team manager in the year 2018. He has received training in sports administration course by Malaysia Olympic Council as well as United States Sports Academy and has attended woodball course by Pahang Woodball Association. Among his accomplishments includes extracurricular curriculum, MSISO audit in 2001, and collaborations with numerous Malaysian uniform bodies, sport governing bodies, and clubs. Once again, join me in welcoming Mr. Muhammad Asman bin Muhammad Alwi. Mr. Alwi, please take the floor.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. As you have already known, my name is Muhammad Azman bin Muhammad Alwi. I'm from PolySAS Kuantan. And first of all, thank you to CPSC for extending the invitation to PolySAS. And then thank you to the Director of PolySAS for giving me this opportunity to present the impact of students' development through co-curriculum activities. Now, I would like to share my slides with you. Okay. So, this presentation is entitled Impact on Students' Development, and it is divided into 6 different topics. As you can see, the first one will be the introduction or the overview. The second one, I will talk about the curriculum, and then the implementation in terms of strategies and collaborations. Number 4 will be impacts on students' development, and the next one will be benefits to the lecturers, and number 6, the last one, will be future plans for this co-curriculum activities. Okay. Now, in PolySAS and also in other polytechnics, we have 2 co-curriculum activities. Co-curriculum is actually the combination of extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities. In the polytechnic, we use the term co-curriculum. So in my presentation, I'll be using the term co-curriculum or co-curriculum activities to refer to both activities. Now, the first one is the activities with no credit hours. Okay, it is organized by the Students' Representative Council and also by the departments, by the various academics departments. And the second one is the co-curriculum course, which is organized by the Sports, Co-Curricular and Cultural Unit. It is an academic course which carries 2 credits. It is managed, the unit is managed by 1 co-curriculum officer along with a few coordinators and a number of lecturers, 1 sports officer and 1 cultural officer. This unit receives its budget from the Polytechnic Administration. The curriculum, like what I mentioned earlier, we have 2 types of co-curriculum activities, one with the credit, the other one without the credit. The one with the credit, we receive our curriculum from the curriculum division of the Polytechnic and Community College Department. Okay, it is approved by the Board of Curriculum and endorsed by these three relevant authorities. One is Malaysian Qualification Agency, second one is the Malaysian Board of Technologies, and the third one is the Engineering Technology Accreditation Council, or better known as ETAC. And we have gone through numerous MSISO procedure audits, and we have successfully passed through all the audits. Okay, in terms of implementation, okay, our co-curriculum course actually has two objectives. First one is to focus on the mastery of specific knowledge and skills. The second one will be strengthens the students' humanistic development positively. This is related to our objective in education. That is, one of it is to produce holistic students. Okay, and upon completion of this course, students should be able to demonstrate competency in the specific skills learned. I will elaborate that in the coming slides. And the second one is they are able to organize activities based on the mastery of the skills learned. Okay. Next, in terms of implementation wise, for the co-curriculum course, okay, we provide two paths for our students. Path number one, as you can see, is divided into two. One in the first semester and the other one is in the second semester. And for the first semester, students will be joining the sports activities. Second semester, they'll be joining the clubs and societies. For part two, they will be joining the uniform units activities. Okay, now they must pass these two courses. So in semester one, we will give a briefing to the students. And during this briefing, students will have to choose whether to choose path one or path two. So if they choose path two, they will be joining the uniform units until semester 4. I will justify why it is until semester 4 in the latest part of the presentation. For part one, they will be only doing co-curriculum course, okay, for 2 semesters, semester 1 and semester 2. Okay. Now, next, it is about the implementation. Now, co-curriculum is activities that we organize, and it is activities which is different from classroom activities. Our lecturers, those with degrees in engineering, degrees in food technology, commerce, and so on. So they only know about co-curriculum when they were in school and in the universities. So how do we implement our co-curriculum course or co-curriculum activities? Okay, first thing is we plan trainings for our lecturers. Okay, so reason is we have to provide them with the specific skills, knowledge, in order to be facilitators to the students in the specific co-curriculum activities. All right, so we send them for trainings in sports, club societies, uniform units, and also sometimes we have in-house and refresher course held from time to time during the semester break. Okay, and we also acquire new equipments. We have the facilities. Like football field, hockey fields, and various other facilities. And there are times we will have to acquire certain equipments. Okay, and sometimes we what we call share our facilities with other institutions. And as I mentioned earlier, our lecturers are not what we call well-versed in co-curriculum. So what we did was we collaborate with various agencies. For your information, we have the uniform units, we have sports and clubs. So in order for our lecturers to give lectures or to be facilitators of these three co-curriculum activities, we need to equip them with the necessary skills and knowledge. So we collaborate. When it comes to sports, we collaborate with various governing bodies. We send our lecturers for courses, for trainings, and some even set for examination, which then allow them to be coaches, managers, and trainers in specific sports. At present, we have a few coaches in football, hockey, badminton, sepak takraw, and then we also have the latest is in petong, okay, a new game, right? And we also send we also have collaboration with National Sports Institute. They have looked at our syllabus and they have endorsed our syllabus for sports. And State Sports Council, this is where we share their expertise because they have what we call qualified coaches. As we all know, as government servants, sometimes we are transferred to other polytechnics, to other departments, and some will rise in ranks. So with the help of the State Sports Council, coaches, trainers, and so on, we are able to continue to run the co-curriculum activities. Okay. Next, for the uniform units. Okay, for the uniform units, we have collaborated with a number of uniform units. Okay, starting from 2014, we have collaborated with almost 7 or 8 uniform units to implement or to organize our co-curriculum activities. The first one is the Malaysian Armed Forces. I'm proud to say that in our polytechnic, we have the Territorial Army Unit, we have the Royal Malaysian Navy, okay, Reserve Unit, and also the Royal Malaysian Air Force Reserve Unit. Okay, we have received tremendous support from the Malaysian Armed Forces. I would like to thank you them for this. Okay, and then we also have collaborated with the Royal Malaysian Police, okay, to set up our police cadet. It is still in this discussion, and we also have the People's Volunteer Corps, better known as RELA. Okay, we have our own RELA brigade here, and then our Malaysia Civil Defence Force. We have almost 10 lecturers now who are in this Malaysia Civil Defence Force brigade. Okay, and the next one is the Girl Guides of Malaysia, and the last one is Scouts Association of Malaysia. A few of our students in the year 2018 and 2019 have been awarded the Lord Baden-Powell Award for their achievement in this Scouts Association of Malaysia. Okay, and not forgetting, we also collaborated with various clubs and societies to run our co-curriculum activities. Now, these collaborations is done with the cooperation with our Polytechnic and Community College Department. Impacts on students' development. As you can see, I have listed down 11 impacts actually. Okay, so starting from being active till giving back to the institution. Now, before I forget, all these 11 impacts are achieved by what we call organizing various activities, not just at the polytechnic level, but also the interpolytechnic level and also the national level. Okay, and our students are involved in various activities at various levels. Okay, so first one, impact number one is decision-making capabilities, which, like what I mentioned earlier, before in semester one, students will be briefed on the two paths they have to choose. So during this briefing, students are actually practicing their decision-making capabilities. We do not choose them and then put them in the various clubs or units or sports activities. They have to make their own decision. Okay, and by having these three co-curricular activities or co-curriculum activities, we are actually providing opportunities for students to be active in their specific interests. As we all know, when they were in school, they were involved with various co-curriculum activities. So when they were when they enroll in the polytechnic, some of them would like to continue with what they have, with the skills and knowledge that they have with what the skills and knowledge that they have learned in schools. So we provide them with the opportunity to do that. And selection of co-curricular units. Okay, this is done by the co-curricular officer along with the facilitators and the lecturers involved. Okay, so some of the activities that we have, just like what I've said just now, we have sports, and then we have culture, uniform units. Okay, so these co-curriculum activities are carried out in our polytechnic. Okay, number two, discipline. The previous presenter mentioned about discipline. Okay, we have our uniform unit. We have our territorial army. We have our scouts. We have our civil defense and the RELA. Okay, now by joining these extracurricular activities or co-curriculum activities, they are actually practicing their discipline. It is not what we call an easy task to be able to follow through all the rigorous trainings, attend all the what we call lectures. Okay, when they have joined these uniform units. Okay. Next, sometimes these uniform units, they will carry out their trainings during weekends. So apart from being disciplined, they have also gained other good values. Now, impact number three. When students join this, what we call co-curricular activities or co-curriculum activities, they have shown their commitment to complete the whole program or the whole curriculum. Okay, now they have to attend classes, they have to attend trainings, they have to participate in various events. Okay, and for example, like the scouts, they have to attend I think almost 4 or 5 what we call courses, just to be able to be awarded a certificate in certain for certain achievement. Okay, and they will, for the uniform units, they will continue. The first 2 semesters is compulsory. It is a compulsory pass. Okay, they will continue this training in semester 3 and 4. Now, they do this because it is for the attainment of ranks, okay, and also certificates for various skills and knowledge that they have acquired. Okay, and then for the uniform body, What I'm showing here is the Royal Malaysian Air Force Brigade. Okay, this is their passing out photograph. Okay, it is taken after they have completed a 40-day course where they will be subjected to rigorous training in terms of marching, jungle survival, and then they have also learned about warfare, a little bit of warfare, and so on. Okay, so it is not an ordinary feat for them to go through these 40 days. They have to sacrifice their semester break and attend this course. And I'm glad to say that none of them dropped out of the training, that 40-day training. Impact number 4, we organize events. We have a few major events at the end of the year. Okay, one of them is the Malaysian Polytechnic Army Reserve Army Annual Camp, or better known as Malpitech. Again, students will compete with other participants from other polytechnics. Okay, and from this event, or from this annual camp, we noticed that students have developed sheer determination, perseverance, teamwork, use the knowledge and skills to compete and complete the task given to them during that 14 days annual camp. It is not 1 day or 2 days, it is 14 days. They have to show their, they have to use all their skills and use the knowledge that they have learned to complete tasks given to them. Okay, and one of the tasks is to go into the jungle and act out a war. One team will be, a few teams will be the defending team, the other one will be the attacking team. So sometimes we do not know how the students what we call persevere, but through these activities, okay, they have shown that they can do what they have learned in class. Our rugby team, okay, before this we were not known in Pahang for our excellence in rugby, but our co-curriculum rugby course students have what we call shown that they have learned the skills well, and they have managed to be champions, state champions for 3 consecutive years. Okay, and I would like to share with you the newspaper cutting, the news in the newspaper. Okay, and again, it is not an ordinary feat. We beat the Royal Malaysian Air Force, RMF, okay, and also the Armored Tiger, Armed Forces, Salvo, Kuantan Rugby Club, a very senior rugby club, and one of the university, and then the Royal Malaysian Navy. They are well-established rugby team. Okay, but again, we did it. Okay, next, impact number 5. By competing in various sporting events, okay, for example, like taekwondo and silat, we inculcate responsibilities, tolerance, and critical thinking abilities among our students. Responsibility here refers to their responsibility towards the team. Tolerance is able to tolerate all the challenges that they receive. And in terms of critical thinking abilities, they manage to retain their composure, and then they manage to what we call create a strategy, devise a strategy, and then succeeded in defeating their opponents. This picture was taken in 2013 when we organized the Inter-Polytechnics Taekwondo and Silat Championship. We were the champions. Okay. Next, impact number 6. Apart from organizing activities in the Polytechnic, we also organize activities outside of the Polytechnic. Okay, our adventure club. Okay, they organize one what we call the kayaking expedition from Bera to Chini. The distance is about 120 kilometers. Takes them roughly about more than one week. Okay, so the planning of this expedition is done by the students based on what they have learned. The lecturers facilitates them. Okay, and then they contacted the various authorities, and then they carry out the expedition. They have succeeded in doing this for 2 or 3 years in a row. Okay, and then our kayak team also took part in the what we call as Temerloh to Pekan River Challenge. It is about the distance is about 170 kilometers, and again, the students have shown that whatever they have learned, the skills that and knowledge that they have learned can be put into practice, and they have succeeded in completing the challenge. Number 7, as the previous speaker has mentioned, and also as we have seen in the video, as co-curriculum activities develop social skills and relationship building. All the students do not know each other. They come from different backgrounds, different states. In Malaysia, we have 14 states, sorry. Okay, came from different backgrounds, but through co-curriculum activities, they develop these social skills, they develop new relationships. And by doing so, they are actually what we call helping the government to promote national integration. It is part of the Malaysian education policy, which aim to develop a nation with a harmonious, integrated, and democratic, which shares a national identity and values as a Malaysian nation. Okay, so the students have achieved this. And impact number 8, this is the most recent one, inculcate volunteerism. Okay, starting way back in the year 2013, the Malaysian government, through its Ministry of Higher Education at that particular time, introduces volunteerism as part of the extracurricular activities or co-curriculum activities among students in the higher education. Okay, students are motivated to participate in various volunteer activities, or now better known as corporate social responsibilities programs at various levels. And to name a few, our students collaborated with the local council to clean up one of the popular spots in tourist spots in Kuantan, which is the Teluk Cempedak Beach. And then another one is they were also involved with recent floods in Pekan. Okay, they hand out food supplies and so on, clean up the victim houses and so on. Okay, and this is done with the cooperation with the various authorities in that particular area. Impact number 9, when we organize activities such as the Malaysian Polytechnic Territorial Army Annual Camp, Malaysian Polytechnic Relasis Annual Camp, Malaysian Polytechnic Civil Defense Camp, the Sports Carnival, the various sports tournaments, championships, and so on. Those students involved, they must have good time management skills. It is not easy to juggle between the academic and the non-academic activities, as all of you have already experienced. Okay, but I'm proud to say that our students have managed to develop their time management skills, and with the help of their lecturers and trainers in various fields, they have managed to complete. They have managed to attend these activities and achieve excellence. This is the latest one. This is in 2019. One of our students became the champion. Not the champion, the best overall participant in our National Polytechnic annual Army camp. Developing self-esteem. Both the previous speaker and also the video mentioned this. Okay, indeed, we cannot say that co-curriculum has not benefited our students. Okay, developing self-esteem is one way. Is one of the impact. All right, and our students have shown tremendous what we call achievement. Now, this photograph shows the officer and the students receiving the trophy for best civil defense team during the annual civil defense camp. In the year 2014, we were third placed. 2015, we were the first runner-up, and in 2016, we were the champion. So students persevere, they are very resilient in terms of achieving what they aim to achieve. So co-curriculum activities have shown that students will be able to develop self-esteem. Now, one of the benefits that I would like to highlight is giving back to the institution. Every institution has its alumni. Okay, in Polisas, okay, we have our own alumni. Giving back to the institution is one of the what we call good thing that we have experienced. We have alumni in various field of studies. Okay, and these alumni, they have succeeded in their lives, and then they have this what we call this sense of giving back to the polytechnic. Okay, Mr. Ng Bung Tak is our alumni. He graduated in the year 1999 with a certificate in land survey. Since his graduation days, he has contributed to the Polytechnic as a Taekwondo instructor. Until now, he has coached our Taekwondo team to many tournaments, to a few inter-polytechnics sport carnivals. Okay, and I'm proud to say that he is one of our what we call alumni that has helped us in sports. We also have another one, which is the rugby team. Okay, now the players standing up are all alumni. They came back to the Polytechnic, helped to train the team, and they were among the players in the team that won the state championships in 2008. So giving back to the institution is one of the values, sense of well, they have to find a way to say thank you to the institution. So one of the ways is by doing this. Okay, so apart from the impacts to the students, the co-curriculum activities have also benefited our lecturers by being involved in activities. Lecturers are able to what we call attain certificates, and then they have become officers, umpires, referee, coaches, and managers of sports teams, not just for our polytechnic, but for the state sports council. Okay, and we have helped the state Sports Council to organize SUKMA or Malaysian Games in 2012, and also we have a few of our lecturers as coaches and managers in a few of the teams in the SUKMA 2014. Okay, and these officers also have organized the Sports Carnival and Taekwondo Championship in the Polytechnic. Okay, we have pioneered a few new sports way back in 2007, which are duathlon, mountain bike, and paintball. At the time, these three sports were considered as new sports. So we pioneered to organize this Malaysian Polytechnic Carnival by organizing these three tournaments for 2 consecutive years. Then these three sports were organized by other polytechnics. We also organized the first Taekwondo and Silat tournament. Before this tournament was separated. And last but not least, we organized the first archery tournament, Polytechnic Archery Tournament, with the help of this National Archery Council. Okay, and in 2018 and 2019, our Sports and Recreation Club organized the International Orienteering, which received the endorsement of the World Orienteering Federation. Okay, and participants came from all over the world, even though the numbers are few. But then we have successfully organized these events. Future plans. Proud to say, Polysas will be among the first polytechnics, among the 6 polytechnics that will be pioneering the Fire and Rescue Brigade Uniform Unit. It will be launched in around September this year. Okay, and the Polytechnic and Community College Department is has plans to set up a new uniform unit under the Malaysia Maritime Enforcement Agency. So discussion will be carried out somewhere in August or October. And then Polysas would like to suggest new co-curriculum courses. The first one is we would like to collaborate with the National Heritage Department. We would like to propose new clubs. The main objective is to preserve the national heritage, such as custom and culture, performing arts, language and literature, fine arts and crafts. At present, we only have 2 clubs that focuses on what we call preserving our national heritage, which is the traditional craft clubs and also the traditional games club. Okay, both clubs have their own curriculum. The Students Representative Council has already set up the esports, but for the co-curriculum course, we are going to suggest to the curriculum division to write a curriculum for esports to become one of the co-curriculum course offered to our students. And the last one is the latest, which is disc golf. This sport is a new sport in Malaysia, but it has been played in the US for quite some time. And it is gaining popularity in Klang Valley and also in Johor Bahru. So you can just search the web Okay, by typing this scope for more information. Okay, the co-curriculum activities and the co-curriculum courses has what we call contributed to our success in achieving the gold awards in the EFEC accreditation audit. Okay, students have shown tremendous support, and we would like to congratulate our staff and students for the success. We are the second, in the list of almost 20 institutions. Right. Now, careful planning and good management of the co-curriculum activities among lecturers and students, okay, have helped Polysas to achieve a lot of success. Among them are as follows: our robotic club, organized by the electrical engineering department, has represented the polytechnic to a few what we call FIRA, Federation of International Robotic Tournament. The last one was in Korea. Okay, our English language club members have represented Polysas. They collaborated with Sungai Kolo Technical College. Our students went there. They carried out English language activities, English language camp. Okay, and then we also have our young entrepreneurship, young socialpreneurship charity program with collaboration with one of the logistic companies in Malaysia. We managed to set a new Malaysia book of record with most number of participants in a young socialpreneurship charity program. Okay, and then we also, like what I mentioned earlier, our Sports and Recreation Club organized the Malaysian Polytechnic International Orienteering Championship, and as you can see, we have participants from Sweden and Switzerland. Okay, our students are also good in debate. They are creative, innovative. This is the student that has come up with this idea of steel cutting machine, portable steel cutting machine, and this idea of his has won him a few medals. We also have our alumni. They have conducted, they have launched this agropreneur program, okay, with the help of our with the help of various authorities, and this is our robot team again. Okay, we were the champions in the FIRA World Robo World Championship. Okay, and all of this, we have achieved all of this with the help and the support of our alumni. Excuse me. So from the first day our students registered to study in the Polytechnic, during their studies and after their study, during their studies we have inculcated all the good values through our co-curriculum activities and co-curriculum course, and the alumni have supported us in a lot of activities. So all of these have made Polysas one of the best polytechnic in Malaysia. With that, I thank you. I would like to open the floor for questions.
Thank you, Sir Azman.
Welcome.
Okay, now the floor is open for the question and answer session. Anybody who has a question, please address it now. Anyone? Please raise your hand. Our two expert speakers are now ready to answer all your questions.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon from the Philippines.
Good afternoon.
This question is addressed to Sir Asman.
Okay.
Yes, I am Fedeline Gomez, the Assistant Principal of Senior High School of Tomas Gabili National High School. I just would like to know what are the means or the mechanism you have made in order to sustain the engagement of your alumni in your institution, sir.
Thank you for the question. We have our alumni meeting in a year. Okay, they have a few meetings, and in the alumni, we have what we call included our staff as part of the members in that particular association. Okay, and then from these meetings, we will plan the activities, and it is what we call good to say that the alumni and the staff managed to work hand in hand because most of the alumni, like what I mentioned earlier, they are ex-students, so they know the problems, the activities that we are going to the problems that we are going to address, and the activities that we want to carry out. And it is sort of like of a win-win situation between these two parties. And then we have our alumni day. They were involved with our convocation, and then during the various activities that we organize yearly. So basically, by having mutual understanding, by having meetings, sharing of ideas, sharing of information, and also our yearly plan, we will what we call able to make our alumni as part of the team to organize all those events.
Thank you very much, Sir Asman, for sharing me that idea so that I might adopt that in our school, that we will have an alumni day, and the alumni also are involved in the culminating activity of the school, of the co-curricular and curricular activities, sir. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome.
Okay, another questions.
Sir,
Yep.
excuse me.
Yes.
I just want to have a clarification in regards with the, as an example of Mr. Azman, there are military trainings. Are they the trainees, the students undergo on the military training? Because here in the Philippines, in TESDA, like us, in TESDA, our trainees is the military. We are conducting training on the military. I just want to have a clarification whether it is the students undergo on the training of military training, or the same here in our practice that we are conducting trainings with the military as their students. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay, to answer your question, we have this co-curriculum course which is run in collaboration with the Malaysian Army. We call it the Territorial Army Reserve Unit. Okay, students who enroll in this uniform unit will undergo trainings, but the trainings are according to the structure or stipulated syllabus that have been endorsed by both parties. So basically, their trainings are not as rigorous as the actual military training. It is what we call catered to fulfill the requirements of the syllabus which have been prepared by both parties. But to some extent, I do admit that it looks like they are going through a vigorous training, but it is catered to the needs of the institution and also the needs of the governing body.
Kasi if here in TESDA, we in TESDA, if we will have to undergo on the military training or the other whatever it is, a reserve or whatever, we will have to increase our time. Because
Yes.
here, for example, SMAU and Z1, we are only 220 hours. We will have
Okay.
to have a military training. It will be extended. So it is not included in our competencies. That's why I asking, is it the military go on the training on tech book like us? As a, for example, we are conducting trainings on the military. That's why I am asking just
Okay.
clarification.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for asking.
I think this is a clarification for Sir Azman from Ms. Elena Narciso. Are co-curricular activities part of your curriculum, or are all your students required to go through these co-curricular activities?
Okay. We in our program structure, we have co-curriculum. We have our own co-curriculum course. It carries 2 credits, and every students have to pass this co-curriculum course. For example, if they have chosen path 1, sports, and they fail sports in the first semester, they have to repeat in the second semester. Whereas in the second semester, they should be attending the clubs and societies co-curriculum course. They have to do that in the third semester. It is a compulsory pass for the co-curriculum course in the Polytechnic, and it is part of our program structure. I hope that will answer your question, Miss Elena.
Yeah, I understand, sir. Thank you very much for the answer.
You're most welcome. And for the first question just now, talking about our alumni, I'm proud to say that our lecturers, some of our lecturers are our alumni. They did their, way back in 1990s, early 2000, they did their diploma, and then they further their studies in degree, master's and PhD. They came back here as lecturers. And this year, our director is our alumni. Okay, so we are very proud of it. There's ex-students, alumni is our director, which means that she knows how the what should be done to the Polytechnic.
Well, that's good to hear, Sir Asman. I really admire your institution because you were able to engage your alumni in your school.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? I guess that would be all for today, Engineer Gani.
There is one more question here.
Okay.
Is there any standard number of activities to be included in the curriculum of the institution to develop our objectives and goals to our students? Okay, I did mention that we have we receive our curriculum for the co-curriculum course from the Department of Polytechnic and Community College Department. Okay, this curriculum they were drafted and written by our experts. And to note, currently we have curriculum for 30 sports, 30 clubs and societies, and 8 uniform units. Now, the Polytechnic will the Polytechnic will decide which co-curriculum course to offer to the students, to the semester 1 students and the semester 2 students. Okay, we have prepared this what we call a lot of curriculum so that the Polytechnic can choose which curriculum course that they would like to offer to the students. So maybe, for example, in my Polytechnic now, due to the MCO, we only offer co-curriculum courses which enable students to do activities and do assessment via online. Okay, but previously we do have lots of sports, lots of clubs and societies, and the number of students in each co-curriculum unit, we try to minimize it to around 30 to 40 students per co-curriculum course. Okay, this is to enable them to use the classroom. It is the norm for one classroom, which is 40 students. So if we were to have more than that, there'd be a problem for us to carry out lectures and training and so on. So that is from Mr. Michael A. Gregorio. Thank you, sir, for the question.
Okay. Anybody else who has still have a question? Our speakers, 2 speakers are ready to answer your questions.
Just to add the answer, answer of the Azman related to the sustainability. I personally witnessed the alumni setup of the Polisas when I visited Polisas 2 years ago. The most important thing is that they allocated a one separate office for the alumni representative, and they set up like an organization. They have an organogram, they have the team, and they have a full-fledged office over there, and they're also supporting seed money to work over there. So these are the things which support the sustainability of the alumni mechanism over Polisas. So I can say that it's one of the best polytechnic institute in Malaysia. That's a good institute.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the compliments, sir.
Yes, Varel, now you can proceed to the closing ceremony.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Muhammad Azman and Sir Engineer Gani. Now I would like to invite our Director General, Dr. Ramhari Namichane, to formally close this webinar.
Okay,
Dr.
thank
Ram,
you.
please.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to congratulate 2 speakers, Engineer Ghani, the faculty consultant of CPSC, and Mohammad Azman, all the way from Polisas. Thank you for your great presentation. I hope most of the participants delighted from this, and all my colleagues and participants of the webinar. On behalf of Colombo Plan Staff College, I would like to congratulate all of you, not only the speakers, for participating this half-day webinar and participated in the discussion as well. I'm very much delighted with the presentations, and CPSC, as usual, we tried our best to bring real practitioner like Mohammad Azman from Polishas. He explained very well about the co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities, what Polishas is implementing. As he mentioned, 11 impacts. That is a very important lessons to all the TVET institutions. Maybe there are many other institutions implementing better than Polishas, but the examples what he gave, that is really a good takeaway of this webinar. He mentioned a lot of things like military trainings, most of the participants of the polytechnics, especially Polishas, they have participated in the World Skills Forum also, or different activities. And these are the things really, when we talk about the 21st century skills like critical thinking, problem solving, group dynamics things, leadership, initiations, the co-curricular and extracurricular activities will enrich those skills, will boost those skills, and people will be ready to take initiations, to take leaderships. That's why the examples given by the speakers are very fruitful and very important. Even we also learn a lot. So once again, thank you for the both speakers, and on behalf of Colombo Plan Staff College, through our speaker Muhammad Azman, please pass our regards to the director of Polishas and entire polytechnic team of the Polishas. And once again, thank you for all the participants who devoted their time for this webinar, almost 2 hours. And thank you for my team for supporting directly, indirectly, in front of house or back of house, whatever, who are involving to make successful this. They are also the, very much liable for the get congratulations. So congratulations to all the participants. When you will enroll properly, definitely you will get certificate, e-certificate from CPSC. Thank you very much. Salamat po. Thank you. Bye.
Salamat din po.
Thank you very much, dear participant. Thank you. Salamat.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Hope to see you.
Thank you very much po.
Thank you, Sir Muhammad Azman.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, sir, Mohammad Azman. Thank you.
Thank you again, sir.
Thank you so much.
Definitely you will get certificate.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.